Hey everybody, I'm Dan McClellan. I'm a scholar of the Bible and religion. Let's take a look at a video.
I can demonstrate to you that the Bible that you read, which is the King James Bible, contains forged verses. Now, if the King James Bible... John 1:5-7. There are three bear witnesses in heaven, the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, and these three are one. This is not found in any manuscript of the Bible until the 10th century.
So this is known as the Johannine comma, and this is absolutely correct. It is not found in the actual body of any Greek or Latin manuscript of the Bible until a Latin manuscript from the 10th century CE. Prior to that, it is sometimes found scribbled in the margins of Latin manuscripts, as in this manuscript from the 9th century CE. Other than that, it's primarily found quoted by other people and in lectionaries and things like that, going back to a 4th century Latin text called the Liber Apologeticus. So scholars are in widespread agreement that this is a later addition that came from the Latin tradition. It's not quoted by the patristic authors. It's not found in early translations. It is found in other texts and then in margins of biblical manuscripts. Before 1,000 years after the text was written, it gets moved into the actual body of the manuscripts. Now, why is it in our King James Version of the Bible? Well, that has to do with the textual background of the King James Version. Prior to the beginning of the 16th century CE, all translations of the New Testament were based on the Latin Vulgate. A Dutch humanist scholar named Desiderius Erasmus changed that when he produced a dual column Latin and Greek New Testament, and this provided Protestants with a source text to translate the New Testament directly from the Greek. And so this is what Martin Luther used for his German translation. It's what William Tyndale used for his English translation. And in his first edition, Erasmus did not have the Johannine comma. You can see here we have 1 John 5:7 in the first edition, and it just says what the texts say in modern Bibles. There are three that bear witness: the Spirit, the water, and the blood, and these three agree. In the third edition, Erasmus actually added the Johannine comma. He said that he couldn't find it in any Greek manuscripts, and then lo and behold, someone turned up with a brand new Greek manuscript known as Montfortianus, and here is the page where you can see the addition of the Johannine comma in the red box. And this was copied from a manuscript that did not contain it. And so most scholars think this was probably added to this Greek manuscript precisely to convince Erasmus to add it. And so the third edition of Erasmus's Greek New Testament, he called it the Novum Testamentum Omne. It would later become known as the Textus Receptus, finally contained the Johannine comma. And this was the base text for later English translations of the Bible, including the King James Version, which was actually just a very conservative